So now that I've got about 15,000 miles on my 2024 Harley Davidson Road Glide, I'm going to tell you two things that drive me crazy. I love my motorcycle, don't get me wrong, it's a great bike, very happy with it, but there are two things that just drive me crazy. Stick around. Welcome back to Bob's Garage. Before I get started, I just want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine, Bulldog, who is having some surgery, and we're praying for you, Bulldog, and we'll be coming to visit you soon. But do what the doctor says. We love you, and we can't wait to see you. So take care of yourself. So the 2024 and 2025, I mean, it's the same bike. Road Glide. Like I said, I got the 2024. I got the billiard gray with the black trim. I love it, you guys. If you've watched videos on the channel, you've seen the bike. It's sitting right here. There it is. Love my bike. But two things that just drive me up a freaking wall, and I don't know what the fix is. Number one, and I don't need to show you this on the bike. I can just tell you. The second one I'll probably show you, but the first one I can just tell you what it is. I'll be riding along. Like this weekend, we went on a nice ride to an area where I had never been. So I need the GPS when I'm in an area I've never been. And Apple CarPlay, I've got the Tim stereo adapter under the seat, which is working. I don't think that's the issue. I think Tim stereo makes a great product. But I'll be riding along and the GPS will just stop working. It drives me crazy. Apple CarPlay just turns off. Everything else will work. So, I don't know if it's the bike. I don't know if it's the Tim stereo adapter, my phone. They say use an Apple cord, which I have a brand new Apple cord. I got a brand new Apple iPhone, I think 16. I don't know what's causing this. And the only fix this past weekend when it happened, the first time I was while riding, I just went into my settings, disconnected the phone, reconnected the phone, and it popped back on. The second time that would not work. I had to actually stop the motorcycle, unplug the cord from the phone, plug the cord back in, which kind of reset the system, and then everything worked fine after that. But it's just a nuisance when you're riding along and the thing has to turn off. And again, I don't know who's to blame for this. I was told before that it was my old phone, which I had a lot of issues with that old phone. It wouldn't hold a charge. It would freeze up all the time. It was an iPhone like 12. It would just freeze and I would have to restart it. So I'm like, that could be the problem. That might be it. So when I got this new phone, I went for weeks with no issues. Everything was, I would start CarPlay and it would stay until I turned it off. Everything was awesome. Now all of a sudden, it's starting to go out on me, and it's a little bit frustrating when you're riding along and people are relying on you because you're leading a ride and you don't know where to go because your GPS just shit the bed. It's very frustrating. So like I said, don't know if it's Apple, don't know if it's Harley, don't know if it's Tim Stereo, but somebody, if you guys out there have had this and you know a fix, please put it in the comments below because it's driving me crazy. Now this next item I do want to show you. So hold on one second. If you've got a 2024 or 2025 Road Glide, you know what I'm going to say. You see it right here. Every now and then I'll hit a bump and this thing pops open while I'm riding. Then I got to reach up and push it back closed. Then it'll hit a bump, it'll pop open. Come on, man. You're spending all this money on a bike. The door should stay closed. I don't understand. This one never does it. This one closes and it stays closed. Now, I'm sure I could go over to my local Harley dealer and they could probably replace the little latch that's in there. I use this one more often because I keep my phone in it every time I ride, but holy moly is it aggravating when I'm riding along and the thing has to pop open. I saw one guy who took the little latch thing, the top and the bottom out, and replaced it with two magnets he super glued in. That seemed to help. I shouldn't have to do that, but look, and I understand these are very minor inconveniences, but when you spend as much as you're spending on a new Harley Davidson, you want all the features to work properly. That little door popping open just drives me crazy. It doesn't do it all the time. I got to hit a pretty significant bump for it to happen. but it does happen. So, and as far as the Apple CarPlay cutting it out, the only real fix, I guess, to that would be to stop using Apple CarPlay and just use the Harley Davidson embedded navigation. The catch there is you got to pay for that now. It's a 3-year subscription that's like $300. It's not included with the bike because it was a way for them to lower the price of the bike by $300 because most people didn't use it anyway. Now, I didn't use it on my previous motorcycles because it was horrible. It just, I tried it. It was crap. It really was. If you've tried it on the older bikes, you know it just isn't any good. This new version on the new motorcycles is actually pretty cool. It looks a lot like Google Maps, has a lot of the same features that I'm used to with Google Maps, and it does function very well from what I'm told. But I don't want to shell out another $300. It's like they nickel and dime you. I spent 20 some odd $1,000. Just give me a navigation system that works. I don't know. They improved it so more people would use it, and then they charge for it. When it was free and crap, it just makes no sense. You made it better, give it to us. But anyway, I guess I really can't complain too much. Those are two minor issues. Overall, I've had the bike a year now. It just hit 12 months like a week ago, and 15,000 miles. I'm taking it up on Friday to get the 15,000 mile service done. It's been a great bike. I love it. It looks good. The performance is amazing. I really shouldn't be complaining, but these are just two little things that just kind of get you. You know what I mean? So that was all. I just wanted to mention that. I want to thank you guys all for coming along for the ride. Bulldog, we're thinking about you, waiting for an update, and hopefully it's all good news. So thanks for coming along for the ride. Ride safe, ride often, and I'll see you in the next one.